Here in Florida, on the banks of the St. Johns River, we look inside Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Here is Cam Little, ready to get this thing started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. First carry for Joe Mixon. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
On 2nd down, Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
2nd down, here's a run, and here's Mixon.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Kirk is the motion man. Throwing is Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They tracked him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
I think it's safe to assume that is not how they envisioned that 3rd down play call going, and now after going backwards, it's going to bring up 4th down.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
In motion comes Thomas. Here's Lawrence to throw right away. That's going to be caught by the rookie from Colorado. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Quick throw here is complete. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
A loss of 2.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll give it to Etienne on the option. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. That's Henry Toto on the tackle. They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. To throw is Lawrence. He's got it inside the 5. And he's in. De'Ami Brown. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead. So after 1, it's the Jaguars on top. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Texans offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. To throw is Stroud. Ho-ho! And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 21. It's good for a Texans first down. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Second and a yard. A tight end in motion now. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. Higgins sent in motion. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Foye Oluokun with the play. Second and 7. Back to throw. Stroud. He locates the open man. That's Christian Kirk. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big game.
Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When you're running a crossing route versus man coverage, you understand that there's going to be nobody waiting for you on the far side of the field. So if you can create separation on your man defender and separate away, there's a lot of green grass, and that's where the quarterback went with the ball.
Down to the 4, it'll be second and goal. Throwing on second down, Stroud. And he will fight his way to the end zone. C.J. Stroud, touchdown Texans. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They put Strange in motion. A first down throw for Lawrence. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Jacksonville. Here's Lawrence to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not...
Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. Still going. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The pick six for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment, uplifting for them, big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense, you get yourself an easy touchdown, all of a sudden your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Washington now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to take over once again. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Lawrence now. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. The Jaguars offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They put Strange in motion. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
This pass is caught by Thomas. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They go play action for Lawrence. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And the Texans are going to get the football here as it'll come out to the 20. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. This one complete to Jordan.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. So at halftime, it's the visitors, the Texans, out in front as we head downstate to Orlando. And we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jags offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. Now here's Lawrence. That's taken in by Brown. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He's going to tuck it and go.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly, realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket, decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence now on 2nd down. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not, and when he throws it, catch it.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. That pass play good for 22. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. They'll look to run. It's ETN. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down. They'll run it here with ETN. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
2nd down, Lawrence. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
They'll try and run with ETN. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down And the field goal unit likely to come on here on 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
So it is 4th down, and that'll bring on Cam Little for this Jaguars field goal. This about as short as you can get. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars are back within 4 at 14-10.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
On 1st down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down for Houston.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He'll tuck it and take off. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. They go right back to Collins. He's got it again. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. And that's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3.
He was brought down by Chad Muma. A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. Stroud to throw. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. That's taken in by Thomas. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
On 1st down, Lawrence. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll drop to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best 1st down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. It is 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And the defense has it. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their second, as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. And the defense there to meet them. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Stroud gonna set up to throw. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
The Texans set to punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. On the return, here's Washington. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.